Bilbo, Gandalf, and the dwarves are riding towards the Misty Mountains. For the last couple of days after the encounter with the trolls, they had not sung or told stories, but mostly stayed quiet. They were beginning to feel that danger was not far away.
The landscape around them was turning more and more rugged for every passing day. They seemed only a day's journey away from the feet of the nearest mountain. Is that a mountain?
Of course not. This is only the beginning of the Misty Mountains, and we have got to get through or over or under those somehow, before we can come into Wilderland beyond.
They rode for some time without uttering a word. Gandalf was leading the way.
We must not miss the road, or we shall be done for. We need food, for one thing, and rest is in reasonable safety. Also, it is very necessary to tackle the Misty Mountains by the proper path, or else you will get lost.
They asked him where they were heading, and he answered,
Hidden somewhere ahead of us, in the fairy valley of Rivendell, where Elrond lives in the last homely house. I sent a message by my friends, and we are expected.
Even though Gandalf's made it sound easy to find the last homely house, it was not. There was no trees, valleys, or hills to break the ground, but only one vast slope going slowly up and up to meet the nearest mountain.
They rode along a narrow path marked with white stones for many hours. Bilbo and the dwarfs were growing anxious, for they started to realize that the house might be hidden almost anywhere between them and the mountains. But suddenly they came to an edge. Here it is at last. They looked over the edge and saw a valley.
Bilbo, Gandalf, and the dwarves went down a steep zigzag path into the secret valley of Rivendell.
It smells like elves.
Bilbo looked up at the stars, and there came a burst of song from the trees. At last, a tall elf came down from the trees and bowed to Gandalf and to Thorin. Welcome to the valley. You're a little out of your way, dude, but we will set you right.
They followed the elf on foot, walking alongside the river until they came to the last homely house, where they were greeted by Elrond with a party. Here they stayed for 14 days. On the last day of their stay, Elrond looked at the swords they had stolen from the troll's lair.
These are not troll make. They are old swords of the High Elves. They were made in Gondolin for the Gondolin Wars. This, Thorin, the rune's name is Orcrist, the goblin cleaver in the ancient tongue of Gondolin. It was a famous blade. This, Gandalf, was Glamdring, Forehammer, that the king of Gondolin once wore. Keep them well.
I will keep this sword in honor. May it soon cleave goblins once more.
I wish that is likely to be granted. Now show me your map.
Elrond took the map and gazed long at it. He held up the map so the moonlight could shine through it.
There are moon letters here, beside the plain runes, which say 5 feet high at the door, and 3 may walk abreast.
What do the moon letters say?
Stand by the grey stones where the frost knocks, and the setting sun, with the last light of Durin's day, will shine upon the keyhole.
Durin. He was the father of the eldest race of dwarfs, the Longbeards, and my first ancestor, Ame's heir.
Then what is Durin's day?
The first day of the dwarf's new year. It is the first day of the last moon of autumn on the threshold of winter. We still call it Durin's Day when the last moon of autumn and the sun are in the sky together. But this will not help us as much, I fear, for it passes skill in these days to guess when such time will come again. That remains to be seen. Is there any more writing?
None to be seen by this moon.
Elrond concluded and gave the map back to Thorin.
The next morning was fair and fresh as could be dreamed. After packing plenty of food and thanking Eleanor for letting them stay, they rode away amid songs of farewell and good speed by the elves. They were now again heading towards the misty mountains.